All right. All right, first, feet together. Right? All right, good to see you guys. So once again, I'm Adam Clouser. I'm from the United States in Ohio. Thank you again to Buchstaller Sensei and to everyone from Karate at Home for inviting me to do another one of these sessions. I had a lot of fun in the last one. We worked some really entertaining drills. We learned how to warm up properly for karate, how to really get our mind and our bodies ready for it. Today's focus is actually going to be something that my grandfather was really big on. He actually, I remember growing up, he had a plaque behind the dojo on his wall that said, "Make the body the bow, the fist the arrow." And his mentality was always kind of this idea of using this expansion and contraction, or this compression of the muscles and then a quick release in order to generate power and speed when they do karate. So we're going to work a lot of basics today, a lot of very simple drills, but we're going to really have that focus in mind as we go. And then we're going to build towards a very simple drill towards the end of class. That is another one of those drills where we can use three of our basic stances, our Zenkutsurachi, our Kokutsurachi, and our Kibadachi, all in one simple combination, but that also works this concept of body to bow and fist the arrow. And so let's go ahead and get started first just by limbering my head forward and back. Just gently, always letting the head's weight do the work. And then turning. Ear to shoulder. And again, just let the head's weight do the work. My half circles. Just swinging. I gently, one full circle now. I don't let your head go behind your back too much. Other way. Good, relax, wrists. Make small circles. And then switch, other way. Good. And then elbows. And then switch. And then just to challenge ourselves. Okay, so for coordination, alternate, opposite direction circles. It's good just to wake our brains up. Other way. Good. Snap them out. Good. Shoulders forward. And then back. Arms out to the side. My feet double shoulder width. My arms just kind of vibrating. And then behind. Forward a little bigger. And then back a little bigger. My next one, whole body. So bouncing, swinging arms forward. And the arms are not so important here as the joints on the lower half of my body. So it's really my ankles, my knees, and my hip flexors that I want to move here. Just let them stretch. Just getting them actively warm. Other way. And then crossing. Palms up. And this is an important one here. I make sure we're compressing our scapula. And so really trying to use the back and squeeze this back together as we go here. We're going to use these quite a lot today. Our back is underutilized sometimes. It's very integral to karate. Strong back will make strong karate. Arms crossed, hang down. And again here, I'm not really stretching. I'm not warm enough to stretch just yet. I am just kind of bouncing in and out just to get my body nice and limber. Up and back. And again, I'm not stretching here. I'm just kind of trying to move in and out of the positions, just getting my muscles ready, getting my muscles stretched and limber before we start doing karate. Okay. To the left. And switch to the right. Good. Relax. Bring these in together. Make small circles. And then switch. And push straight back. 2, 3. Next one, upper body, twisting. Next one, try to hold your upper body in place as much as you can, and instead vibrate just at the hips. Now whole body. You start with arms close, and then slowly make your arms a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger, until it's really twisting your spine, really feeling like you're getting warm. That last one. Rather than moving around the center, I'm actually going to move my center of mass. I feel like I have a giant hula hoop, so I'm not swinging my head, but rather I'm trying to move the center of my body. Switch. Good, relax. Legs, heel kicks. Knees up. Ten. Good, relax. Shake it out. Feet together. 8. I get straight if you need to, fix anything you need to do. In the dojo, of course, this is always to be very polite. We can't see each other here, but all the same. Let's get started. Right, so always we start with what I refer to as our bread and butter. Right? The reason I refer to it as bread and butter is because it's what comes with every meal. I don't know, maybe bread and butter doesn't come with every meal where you're at. In my family growing up, it certainly did. So this is that kind of basic thing that we always practice. 1, because it's always good to practice our basics, of course. But also 2, because it gets our mind ready. In my last class, I talked a lot about preparing your mind for karate. And one is getting it out of the office, out of raising kids, out of whatever else you're doing, and telling your brain, we're doing karate right now. I want you to remember these motions, and then I want you to apply them throughout the class. So this feeling now, it's simple stuff, things we've done before, but I want to do them with accuracy, great precision. So starting Shizentai, outer edges parallel, left hand out, right hand on the hip. Chokazuki, straight punching, nice and relaxed. No power and speed to this. Just let your body find its place, let your body find its karate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more, a little sharper. So get your body a little more involved now. Make sure you're moving from your hips. Get your lower body involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, next 10, a little sharper. More importantly, 1 count, 2 techniques. So each time, 1, 2. Vibrate, vibrate. Sink, sink. Use the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then switch, right hand out. Now same thing, still 1 count, 2 punches. But now left hand, then right hand. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good, relax. Switch. Cross. Okay, now let's do the same thing for my legs. So starting, feet together, heisugurachi. So heisugurachi means my feet perfectly touching together. So that's the toes and the heel. I know our legs, they kind of, there's a bit of a bend to our feet. In this case, I want them both together, not feet wide and not feet wide, right? But feet touching exactly together. Once we start warming up, we'll get to a little more free feeling. Exact precisions are still important, but a little less so. But at the beginning of class, I want everything absolutely perfect because I'm telling my brain what I expect of it, and then I want to carry that through the rest of class. Okay, so these first motions have got to be absolute precision. Okay? I don't care about power and speed, but they have to be precise. Okay? Then we can move on. Right? Okay. So feet together, heisugurachi. Arms to the side for balance. Okay? More importantly, just to get them out of the way so they don't do anything else. Okay? I don't care what these do here, but I don't want them to flap around while we kick. Okay? So hold them just simply in place. Let's make my get. Shoot on level, front kicks. Nice and light, starting with the right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, 10 more, a little sharper. A little quicker, get your knee up a little bit faster. Chamber a little quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, 6, 8, 9, 2. Right, now just like we did with our hands, and we're trying to get ourselves nice and warm, right? So 1 count, 2 kicks. Right leg followed immediately by left leg. I still want these fairly correct, but I'm going to let us bring our hands up to a jukamai, or really to any position we like, as long as we don't flap them about. Just hold them steady. Upper body's not doing anything here. Upper body's just relaxed. Right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now left, then right. Same thing, let yourself get warm. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good, relax. Shake out the legs. So like I said, our focus today was make the body the bow, the fist the arrow. And it's that feeling of just like when you draw back a bow, right? When you have a bow and arrow, right? You have the solid part, the part that is immovable, that doesn't change. And you have that string that you draw back. Right? Our muscles work in kind of a similar fashion. Our muscles are essentially just a system of pulleys. These systems of pulleys that pull and they expand and they stretch and they create tension. Right? When we release that tension, it allows the other part, the pulley, to pull and go forward. If we keep holding on, it makes our punches very slow. So we need to maintain that maximum pressure, maximum tension, and then quickly release and let that fly. But the trick is, just like that bow I talked about, when you shoot a bow, one side of the bow stays still, and it's only the string and the arrow that is released. Half the body releases its tension. Like half the bow releases its tension. Same feeling here. So what I don't want to see, what we always work on beginners doing, right, is coming up out of that stance when we punch. Here. 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 So that motion of your body would be like if you had a bow and arrow and you let go of both ends at once. You let go of both ends at once, right, and it just falls to the ground. Arrow doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't get any speed. So when I make this tension, I shouldn't just relax the whole body all at once, or raise up, or pull that draw back. Pull here, and then slam together. Sometimes we describe this as kind of like opening and closing a door with our hips, right? Open, close, because this leg stays in place. For today, I want us to think about this like a bow and arrow. So I really want to think that we're winding our body up, and this is our shoulder blades. I talked that our back was important, right? This feeling here, I don't know if my gi is tight enough to see this. Squeeze the scapula, right? Squeeze these shoulder blades together. Make tension with our body. And then release one half. And let this fly. Let this fly nice and sharp. Nice and direct. Nice and straight. Especially for Shotokan karate. This is that linear karate feeling that's very, very applicable. It makes a lot of sense to feel this tension and then release of our technique. Right? So let's use our basics, but let's keep that in mind as we go. Right? Left leg out, front stance. My bed. Right? Adjust. Right? I know I talked about this last time too. In the beginning of the class, right? Again, I'm telling my mind what I want of it. So those first few times you make a stance, you may be rusty, right? You may haven't trained in a day or two. Right? So your body may not know exactly what it needs to do. Don't train your stance in a bad position. Use those first few times to get it correct, and then expect your body to maintain it throughout. So first couple times, always adjust your stance. Make sure it feels strong to you. Make sure it feels good before moving on. Right. So from here, get upright. This is our first bow. This is that first squeeze. So I don't want to go too far. I never want to open my body beyond where it needs to go. But when we move into handi, when we move into half face, this draw hand, the feeling of the draw hand is not about where I put my hand at. The draw hand doesn't really matter where I put the hand. It's about if I'm squeezing my back and if I'm creating tension in my body. So creating that tension, and then relax. If I hold when my muscles want to punch, it just makes them slow. Hold. Each count. Relax, makes reverse punch. One. And then from here, wind to the face. Squeeze. Two. Squeeze. Three. Squeeze. Four. Squeeze. Make sure that front of the bow does not move, right? Don't let go of both sides of the bow at once. Make sure this stays tight. Cheek. Squeeze. Go. Squeeze. Go. Squeeze. Six. Squeeze. 8. Squeeze. 2. Squeeze. And 2. Hold position, check your stance, check your body, make sure your shoulders are low. Nice and tight, your body's compact. Relax. Relax, shake it out. Right. Right. Other side now. Right leg out, front stance. Come on, take. Right. again, check your stance. Make sure it's perfect every time. Once it's perfect, then I can expect it to hold that way for the rest of class, because I'm going to tell it to. So from here, again, drawing that bow back, squeezing. Okay? So take this chest, take these abdomens, feel like I'm opening them and squeezing forward. Draw the bow, and then quickly drive up that back leg, but release the upper body tension. All this tension that I'm using for my draw hand here, I made that squeeze, relax and go. Squeeze, relax and go. Squeeze, relax and go. And I'm making a limp hand for effect. Yeah. Squeeze. Okay. One count, one punch. 1. Wind up. Draw back. 2. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. 5. Broke. 6. Punch. 2. And 2. Check last position. Hips strong. Back heel flat against the ground. Shoulders down. And relax. Right. This is making sense. This concept of the bow and arrow. Okay. Using to make that tension and then releasing one side of the tension to allow quick acceleration forward. Not releasing both sides at once. Not moving the bow around in weird places, right? Expand, compress, release. We see the same concept throughout karate, all over the place. Lots of techniques. This is again that expansion, contraction feeling. Only for today, I'm thinking of it more as an expansion and release. There is, of course, a contraction. At the end of the technique, we still make kime and bite the technique down. Today's focus, though, I want to be is on that release of the tension. Once we've built it, we have to then get velocity. We've got our power, we've got our muscles, we've got our body. We need to make it go fast. So we practice with the reverse punch. It's probably the easiest one to see this in. The next one, though, is Kazamazuki. Still same feeling, looks a little bit different to us, but it's exactly the same. So left leg out, front stance. My thing. And I'm doing this intentionally backwards. So from here, from my reverse punch, go ahead and put a right hand out. Now my bow is here. Here, release. Here, release. So it's that same feeling. As I squeeze forward, I need to have this wind up, this draw hand that squeezes back and tightens. So as I make my kime for my reverse punch, I then wind. Wind up, get that body feeling. That same tension that makes kime also becomes the wind up for the next shot of the bow, so to speak. So again, from here, my bow is now here. And I want to practice this wind up. Exaggerated perspective today. From here, wind up. Next one, Kizomazuki. Let's make Jodan level targets, face level targets. I go 1, wind. Just like I'm making a reverse punch. Wind up, draw the bow, 2, wind, 3, wind, 4, wind, 5, wind, 6, 7, 8, 9, squeeze, 10, and relax. And now let's work other side. So this time, right leg out, front stance. My peg. And go ahead, left hand out like I just made reverse punch. Again, now the bow is here. Reverse punch, here, here. Driving. Make your tension and then release. Let your body relax. Let your technique launch forward. This is still the front of my bow. This leg here is still the stable one. It has to stay in place. If I let this come up when I make my kazami, like a lot of people do, here. Again, it's like letting go of the front of my bow. No good. No power, no speed. Squeeze. Jodan level, Kazamazuki. 1, wind up, 2, wind up, 3, wind up, 4, wind up, 5, roke, 6, hutch, 2, last one, 2, relax, and feet together, feet, and shake it out. This is very simple techniques, but these are techniques that carry throughout our karate. We're using these on Yaksuki, Kazamazuki, reverse punch, jab, right? So these are simple techniques, but the same element, the same concept goes through everything. In kata, expansion, contraction, very, very important. When making speed for sparring, right? That being able to make tension when you need tension and then release that tension is how you'll get that speed, how you get your body to move with force, or move with intent. Move with intent. Some people, you see them moving around, and you can tell they're just moving around because they feel like they need to move around, so they're just kind of moving around. I need every single technique not to be, oh yeah, since they told me to take my hand here and put it out here, so I'm going to put it out here. I don't want to just do that, right? I want my hand to be compressed, and I want to drive it forward with an intention behind it. Every technique, and that requires that kind of tension and release. Simple tension and release. Now, let's not neglect our legs. So, same concept for our legs, a little harder to see, a little less obvious of a bow feeling, but still that compression and release is still integral. So, let's make left leg out, front stance. Kamaite. Relax hands to jukamai. I want to maintain a full front stance for my body. Relax hands to jukamai. So, again, I still have that feeling, right? My body, now it's more in my hips and my glutes that are opening to make that bow with my body, but it's still that same feeling. Right? So when I'm ready to go, I don't push off, right? You don't shove an arrow, right? You don't make a bow and arrow, you don't shove the arrow. That's not how that works. Right? You make that tension, and then you let that solid part pull you forward. And our bodies and our legs, we call those adductors. Right? Adductors are the muscles that are on the inside of our legs that squeeze together quickly. When we make kick, we use these adductors to draw our back leg towards our front leg, and then drive forward into the kick. Okay, so this first half, this squeeze, this is that adduction, this is that compression, or that release of the bow. Right? Right, so in place, maige, just simple front kick, but I want you to feel that, compress the body, and then squeeze with your front leg. 1, reset. 2, reset. 3, reset. 4, reset. 1 more, 5, and reset. And the switch feet. Right leg out. Again, right? Make that bow, right? With your adductor muscles and your glutes in the back. So create that frame. Feel that bow with your lower half of your body. Squeeze the body open. And then when you're ready, relax that outward tension that we make during our front stance and switch to adduction. Switch to quick pull, quick compression of the front leg, just like we're letting go of that back, letting the arrow fly. 1, reset. 2, reset. 3, reset. 4, reset. And last one, go. Reset. Relax. Hey, so practice with Kazamazuki, with Yaksuki, and now we just practice simply with kicks. Again, these simple motions and seeing the same idea across the class, across all of our karate. And so next we're going to work the same concept, but we're actually going to make a stepping technique with it. The step, again, a little less obvious, but still that same feeling. So left leg out, front stance. Kamaite. Again, I still want to squeeze the body. And now, this entire part of my body, the body that is behind my front leg, is now what is going to move. That is the arrow. This is still the front of my bow. This is still that tight part that must stay compressed. When we make that first technique, Sensei Yaguchi, he talks about grabbing the floor with monkey feet. And the first motion is kind of grab that floor and squeeze forward. Squeeze forward a little bit with that leg. It gets your leg in that position. It makes it tight. Then I use my adductor muscles to squeeze my way through. Again, it's just like that, winding up, biting down with the ground here, tightening the front of that bow, and then launching the body forward, using it to make speed of step. If I try to step with my weight back, it's very, very slow. I have to wait until I've shifted my body forward and then step through. I don't want to come up. I don't want to come down. I don't want to make all these funny things. Just squeeze. Stepping through, just oizuki. So just stepping punch. Just simple stepping punch to shoot on level. Squeeze. Grab the floor. And grab with those monkey feet like Yaguchi sensei. Grab the floor. Squeeze forward just a little bit. I don't mean down. I mean squeeze my weight in. Let my weight tighten to that front leg. And then use my adductor muscles. Squeeze them. Step through. 1. Reset. Again, wind. Grab the floor, squeeze in, squeeze, step. Back. Again, grab the floor and squeeze, step. Right. Do 2 more. Grab, step. 1 more. Grab the floor, step. And then switch, right leg forward. Same thing here. Make that bow with your legs, just like you did for a kick. Same feeling for step. Squeeze, outward tension on my legs. Then as I get ready to make my step, grab the floor, squeeze forward, then release. Step through. Back. Make tension, make strong. Make tension, make strong, and then squeeze. 3 more. Squeeze, reset. Squeeze, knee. 1 more time, fastest step you can make, quickest technique. Let that bow release. Some. Good, and relax. And ready, shake it out. Good to see everybody. And yes, comment that I work with my shoulders some. Need to try not to. Bad habit. Bad habit. And so we don't want to use our shoulders. And for the same reason that we don't want to make a big motion, right? We want to make compact. So these shoulders do need to stay nice and tight down to the body. When I'm doing this, I'm doing it for example. But if I'm doing it in my normal karate, that's just bad habit. Much to work on, yes. Right, so next we're going to keep working the same concept, this body to bow, fist the arrow feeling. We're going to do it from a couple of different stances, just to get a little bit of a different feeling going with ourselves. Okay, so next one we're going to go from kibarachi. From kibarachi, so starting from shizentai, and just right leg out into kibarachi, nice and relaxed. Next one, right hand, tate shuto. So open hand, tate shuto. You may think, I don't know the Japanese term for this, but I've heard it called tiger's mouth, right? It's like a grabbing feeling, right? But tate shuto, correct. So from here, we're going to make Kagazuki, a hook punch. Bring body across, just like take your shoulder on, into these basic techniques. Here, here, here. I still want that squeeze feeling. So again, I've got this bow. Open the body. We always harp on people. I still get yelled at for my draw hand not being strong enough. I'm sure you do too. The draw hand is very important. But more importantly than where I put my draw hand is whether or not I'm doing anything with my body to make that draw hand work. And that means that my back needs to squeeze. Those shoulders need to be down and open. Not up, down and open though. My back needs to squeeze, make that bow with my body, here. And then on each release, make Kagazuki, here. All right, 1, open, again, draw back, Open. 3. Open. 4. Open. And 5. Good. Next one, other side. Left hand out. Again, draw it back. You also might think Jion, right? Same feeling, Jion kata. Draw the body, release it. Same exact feeling. Open from here. Make compression, and then relax. Let this arm go. Let the bicep relax. Let your body throw the arrow. 1. Open. 2. Open. 3. Open. 4. Open. Last one. 5. Open. Relax. And shake the legs. Sorry, it's darker in here than I meant for it to be. It is very, very cloudy, very dark day. Like, we're having some bad weather. Alright, so last of these basic positions that we're going to use to perform this drill is with a kokutsurachi, so with a back stance. This one's also very simple. This is a very obvious one. It feels very good for this bow and arrow mentality. And then we're going to put these 3 together into a simple little combination. But a combination that lets us practice 3 stances and also lets us practice this kind of big body bow and arrow kind of feeling. Okay? So let's work back stance. Right. Nice and relaxed. Stepping back into kokutsurachi. Shuto, okay, knife hand block. Mate. And again, this hand, I almost like this one. This really feels like I've got an arrow in my hand here, right? Again, that same feeling. Yes, I'm making my block, but always shoulders, back, squeezing together. In this case, right, I'm really drawing this back here. From this position, Yaksuki, reverse punch into front stance. So my first thing that has to happen is I need to drive off that back leg. I don't want to adjust my foot first and then punch. It doesn't make any sense to me, right? That's just opening my body for no particular purpose. This is where the power is going to come from. So squeeze, make that compression, drive into that back leg, and then drive. Reverse punch. So by my count, nice and simple. It's a basic drill. It's something we've always done. All of us have done this lots of times. But I really want us to think about that squeeze and release. Squeeze, release. Reset. Squeeze, knee. Reset. Squeeze, squeeze. And don't turn sideways, right? Don't overly open your body. Squeeze, squeeze, see. Reset. Squeeze. Squeeze. One more time. Go. Reset. Relax. And then switch. Right leg out. Good stance. Mate. Again, check your stance, right? It's the first time we've done it today. So make sure it's correct. Make sure it's right. We're always teaching our body what we want it to do. Right, from here. Same feeling, though. I don't want to be relaxed. Stances are active. If it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. I don't mean actual pain, right? But your muscles should get a workout from being in stances. They're active positions. If all you're doing is just sitting on top of your stance, you're not making any power. You're not making any tension. Stances should have an outward tension to them. Right? Again, we're drawing that bow back. We're compressing. We're making that tension within our body. And then we have to release it. So again, draw, make tension. And then quickly release. Don't release this side, right? Don't pull that leg and take away my power. Nothing to this. I need to stay this forward and feel like I'm driving off that back leg. Don't feel like I'm letting go of both sides of the bow at once. Nothing there. Nothing there. Drive. Make power. Okay. 1. Reset. 2. Reset. 3. Reset. 4. Reset. 5. Hold last position. Check your stance. Check your body. Nice and tight. Nice and strong. Relax. Again, feet together. Shake it out, loosen. All of this tension that we're intentionally making today gets very tiring. But it's good for us. It's good for our muscles. It's good for training our muscles what we want them to do. And then we go back to doing our karate in a, I won't say more normal way, but the way we normally do it. Hopefully some of this feeling stays in it. That allows us to make a little more speed, a little more power, even with commonplace techniques. Right. So we'll start putting these together. So it's a short little combination. It's not too hard to do. It's very simple. It's very easy to understand. It's very basic. But it does let us work 3 different stances. It lets us work stepping, lets us work in place, and more importantly, it lets us work this kind of body to bow, fist to arrow mentality. And so simple drills, but really effective ones that I really encourage you to put in your routine. Maybe it's just a quick warm-up at the beginning of a class. Just opens that body up, stretches the muscles, works this mentality, gets your head really going. It's a great drill. I think. It's my drill. All right, starting Shizentai. Nice, relaxed, left hand out. Actually, I lied. Let's make right hand out, just for simplicity. Right, in place. Nihonzuki, just 2 times punching. Just 1, 2. Even from Shizentai, this body to bow thing is still valid. I don't want to be neutral all the time and just punch like this. So even from here, there's still a bit of a compression to my back leg. I'm not being silly. This is not Shizentai, right? This is something else. But there should be a compression to my other leg. And then I release. So compress, release. And then that same release creates the wind up on the other side. Bow, bow. Each time, that feeling. So right hand out. 1 count, 2 punches. Itch. From here, step back with your right leg. Left hand make Kizomazuki. 1. And then just draw the body back. Squeeze. In place, then release that arrow, make reverse punch. Next one again. Wind the body up. This time, rather than in place, release the whole body. Let yourself step forward. 2. Fastest steps you can make. Draw the bow back, release the arrow. And then reset. Just that part. I start right hand out. 1 count, Nihonzuki, 2 punches. 1. Next one, slowly. Step back right leg, make Kizomazuki, reverse punch. Then again, draw the arrow, let it go. Kizomazuki, stepping punch. And reset. Right hand out. 1 count, 2 techniques. First count, double punch. 1. Next count, Kizomazuki, I down block, reverse punch. And 2. Third count, Kizomazuki, stepping punch. Don't forget Yaguchi, right? Grab the floor. As I make this Kizomazuki and I'm winding my body up, I'm also squeezing that front leg, squeezing the front leg, squeeze and go. 3. Reset. Again, 1 count, 2 techniques. 1. Next one, Kizomazuki, reverse punch. 2. Next one, Kizomazuki, stepping punch. 3. Reset. One last time at this pace, and then we'll try to add a little more to it. 1, 2, 3. Reset. And now 1 count. Whole combination. And so 6 total techniques. They're fairly simple. They're alternating sides. 1 count, whole thing. I don't want to say don't worry about speed, because the whole focus of today is to make that speed, make that power, right, by using that. But what I really want to focus on is that expansion, contraction, or that body to bow, fist, the air. So each combination, I still want to feel these in pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the body open and then let it explode. Let it open and then let it go. Make tension, release tension. 1 count, all 6 techniques. Sorry, right hand out, my bad. Itch. Reset. 8. reset. Last one. San. And then reset. Right, relax. Next, we're going to add one more part to it. We have 2 more sections to go. Start right hand out. Nice, relax. Okay, so first combination. Those first 6 techniques. Okay, so slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next position. Hand that is out will make the next motion. So squeeze to your side, winding up. Okay. Left hand comes out. Right hand's up by your ear. And quickly stepping out, make tate shuta. And then in place, or maybe short yoriachi. Short shift if you have space for it. I'm going to run into a wall. If you have that space, release and make that punch. And then from here, set. And again, we'll make that bow, squeeze, and then release. Reset. Right hand out. 1 count, double punch. 1. Get on barai, reverse punch. Get on barai, step punch. From here now, wind up, step out with your right leg, right hand, set the body, and make compression. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Squeeze, punch. Quickly, set, squeeze, punch. And then reset. Right hand still out. One more time by this count. Punch, punch. Get embarai. Punch. Get embarai. Step punch. And then from here, squeeze, step, short punch. Set, squeeze, make tension, release tension. Reset. We feeling okay with that? It's not long, but long enough to confuse ourselves a little bit sometimes. Right. 1 count, whole combination. We'll go very slow. Very slow, we'll go together. Hajime. Reset. Again, still slow. No power and speed just needed, just slow. We just get that feeling. Squeeze and go. Squeeze and go. 1, 2, 3. Quickly. 4. Punch. 5. Punch. Short shift, no short shift. It's entirely up to you. Like I said, if you have no space, Kagazuki, same feeling. It's still that expansion, contraction. If you have room to make the shift, feel free to do it. It's a better workout for you, and it gives a little better feeling, I think. A little more plyometric motion in my legs, but like I said, I'm going to run into a wall, so I'm staying in place. Right. Now, 1 count. Not fast, but a little sharper, a little quicker, a little smoother. A little smoother through our techniques. Whole combination. Up to this point. Okay. H. Always correct yourself. Fix your stances. Lower your shoulders. Reset. Again, same thing. Hajime. And reset. One last time. And then we'll add the rest of this. We'll add the end of the techniques. Okay? Hajime. Right, from here, let's maintain this position. We'll stay right where we are. Okay, so facing my left side, right hand out, making Kagazuki. I suppose you could also do this with Yaksuki if you wanted to. I like Kagazuki. It also reminds me a lot of katas. So it feels strong to me. Kagazuki. Okay, so same hand that's out. We'll make this next technique. Make shuto. Shuto, okay. So my legs. Squeeze back. Squeeze and back. From here. Squeeze, make shuto. And then just like that release we talked about earlier. Again, I've got that bow. Make reverse punch. Hey, last one. Now step forward into shuto, okay. Shuto. Release. Draw the bow. Release. And reset. Okay, so whole combination. All the techniques. 3 stances. In-place techniques. Vibrating techniques. Rotating techniques. Stepping techniques. A variety. Very good basics drill. Again, right hand out. Alright, so we'll go slow. First, double punch. 1. Get omburai, reverse punch. 2. Get omburai, step punch. From here, right hand tate shuto, Kagazuki. Left hand tate shuto, Kagazuki. Left leg now steps back. Make shuto. Switch into front stance. Make reverse punch. Then step through shuto. And release again. And reset. Okay. Hands out, just resets. You may drift a little bit to one side or the other sort of thing, depending on how wide your stances are or how big your shifts are. It's kind of up to you. Keep an eye on it. 1 count, 2 punches. 1. Get omburai, reverse. 2. Get omburai, oizuki. Next one, quickly. Set punch. Then again, set punch. Last motion, or last set rather. Step back with our left leg. Make shuto. Draw that bow. Release it. And then from here, that same squeeze. The same squeeze here. Drawing that bow again. Squeezing, squeeze, squeeze. Let it release our body. Let it release our body forward. Here. Step forward sharp. Reverse punch. Good. And relax. Reset. Every one of these motions should have that expansion contraction. Most of our karate has got an expansion and contraction point, whether it's an obvious one or it's a more smaller internal motion. Most of them have got this feeling. Our body works kind of in opposites. One muscle pulls, the other one relaxes. If I want to curl my arm, right, I tighten my bicep, my triceps relax. Then vice versa. So understanding the way these pulleys make our body move and the way we can use the pulleys pulling against each other to make tension allows us to make tension and then practice that releasing it to gain speed from our techniques. We have to understand how our body moves and then apply that to our karate. Right hand out. 1 count, 2 punches. 1. Next one, get omburai, reverse punch. 2. Next one, get omburai, step forward. Don't forget Yuichi's monkey feet. 3. Next one, tate shuto, Kagazuki. 3. Again. Left leg back. Then quickly, let your body squeeze and step through. And punch. Check last position. Bring your shoulders down, make your body compress, make your body tight. And reset. Relax. Right. Let's see our time. Good, about 10 minutes. That's perfect. Right, one more time. One more time we'll go through by my count this way. Then we'll start trying to pick up the pace a little bit, see if we can get this sharp. Obviously our goal, we slow it down to learn how our body moves. Ultimately, we want it to move fast. So, right hand out. So last time by this count. 1. Get omburai, reverse punch. 2. Next one, get umbre, stepping punch. 3. Next one, tate shuto, hook punch. Hitch. Again, tate shuto, hook punch. Last one, koku, back stance reverse. Then squeeze, step forward, same thing, one more time. And reset. Hey, hey, 1 count, whole combination. It's a lot of techniques. It's a lot of techniques, but they're fairly simple. Our bodies are just alternating on each one. And they follow a pretty logical pattern. At least in my head, they follow a logical pattern. So let's go slow. We'll get a little faster each time we do it. We'll start slow. Let's try to do the whole thing. 1 count. Right hand out. Relax your shoulders. Relax your body. If your shoulders do anything, they compress down. Right? We don't let them compress up. Hajime. Shake your body, sink back in, and relax. Again, a little faster, a little sharper, a little quicker motions. Hajime. Hips underneath. Reset. 2 more times with this pace. I'm going to do them facing sideways. A little different perspective. Just for future use. Hajime. And reset. Relax. Last time at this count, or rather at this pace. Hajime. Reset. And good. Big. Relax. Shake it out. Loosen. Now, I've only done one side. We should not do just one side of our karate. We can't practice only the right-hand side. We should always practice equally, yeah? Both sides. So, short class today, 1 hour. I call that short, I guess. Take this home. Practice the other side. Do the other side as many times as we did this side, or twice as many if you're right-handed. I have been told that before. If you're a right-hander, you should do your techniques left hand dominant twice as often because it's not nearly as good. So we're going to do it 1 time just for camera reference, I suppose. 1 time we'll do it with the other hand out, and then when you get home, or I guess you are home, practice the other side. So let's go ahead and start. Left hand out. Okay. We're not going to break it apart a whole bunch of times. Okay. We're going to go slowly through. 2 punches. 1. Next one, right hand will block. Left hand steps back. Left hand reverse punch. Next one, get umbre in place again. Draw that bow. Step through. Next one, squeeze. Tate shuto. Kagazuki. Tate shuto. Kagazuki. Same hand that's out. Make shuto. Reverse punch. Squeeze shuto. Reverse punch. And reset. Okay. I'll do 1 time to the side in 1 class. So like I said, right now I know we're not getting enough reps of this in, but this is to help you for when you practice with them later. Left hand out. Punch, punch. Next one. Ginambra, punch. Ginambra, step. Squeeze, make tate shutto. Kagazuki. Squeeze. Kagazuki. Same hand that's out. Shutto. Reverse. Shutto. Reverse. Set your body. Correct your hips. Hips here's no good. Get your hips underneath. And reset. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. So, finish the class. Like I said, this is my mentality. This was something my grandfather said quite a lot. And like I said, he actually had a plaque. He had a plaque that he kept on the wall that said, "Make the body the bow, the fist the arrow." And so I grew up reading that plaque, and kind of asking him what it meant, what it meant for karate. And I don't know that I really understood it as a kid. He was kind of like, "Okay, I make my body big, and then make my body small." I'm like, that's not exactly what he meant, right? He meant make that tension, and then go. Or textbook karate, funakoshi, right? You can call this compression, expansion. Right? It's the same concept, same exact concept, but also that understand the way our body moves, making that tension, releasing that tension when we're ready for it to go. It allows us to make very quick techniques, very stable techniques, and techniques that move from one into the next. It allows us to chain combinations. We didn't get there today. But again, I talked that feeling of when you make a reverse punch, you make that bow, but then as soon as you finish this technique, as soon as you finish this reverse punch, the bow then becomes the other direction, which becomes the other direction, which becomes the other direction, which becomes the other direction. So constantly making and releasing this feeling lets us build up our technique and make these kind of linear karate very fast, very snappy, very good. Any questions, issues, complaints, or concerns with the karate? I cannot give relationship advice or work advice, but I can maybe help with karate. Yes, this bow and arrow thing is like I said, it was a big deal to him. I don't know if he got it from somewhere, if he made it up. I have no idea where it comes from. But I remember it just very much stuck in my head. I can still see that plaque on the wall. Obviously, he's passed away now. But I can still see that plaque on his wall, and kind of what it meant to him and what it made me think about as far as karate-wise. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know if it was his saying or if he made it up or if he swiped it from somebody. Or if someone knows who said that, feel free to put it in the comments if it was, I don't know, someone. But perfect. Shall we finish? Thank you, guys. Be together. Hey. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you guys very much. And I will see you guys again soon.